If you're a skilled worker looking to live and work in Australia, this visa could be the right choice. Let's break it down for you. Welcome to our video on the Subclass 190 skilled nomination for Australia. Here's what you can enjoy with the Subclass 190 visa. It's a permanent visa in Australia, freedom to work and study, access to Medicare and Australia's public healthcare system, which is quite well renowned, ability to sponsor your family like child visa, partner visa, or parent visa even if you want to bring them over if they're eligible. Travel in and out of Australia for 5 years. After that, you need to renew your permanent visa, which is called the Resident Return Visa, the RRV. But it's a visa that doesn't technically expire. It's valid indefinitely. You want to travel, the travel facility ends after 5 years. So that's why you need to renew it. Or you can apply for Australian citizenship after meeting the residency requirements. So the visa lets you stay in Australia permanently, but remember the travel component expires after 5 years. Then you need to apply for the resident return visa, which can be granted for a period of 5 years again, if you don't want to go for the citizenship. You can also include your family members in this application, whether you add them upfront or later. They must meet the health criteria and the character requirements, even if they're not coming with you and included in the application. The cost. The main applicant has to pay $4,910 for the department fees. And there may be additional costs for family members, health checks, police certificates, biometrics, etc. Plus, if you're 18 or older with less than functional English, secondary charges may apply. That's extra expenses involved with the application if other secondary applicants do not meet the functional English criteria. You can apply from outside or inside Australia for this visa. Now, that's one of the best parts about this. It provides a lot of flexibility. But if you're in Australia, make sure you hold a valid visa, a substantive visa, or a bridging visa that's accepted for you to be able to apply for the Subclass 190. Your visa will be digitally linked to your passport, so no physical label is actually required for Australian visas. Used to be that way quite a few years ago, no longer required. Now, let's look at the key eligibility criteria for the Subclass 190. If you're applying from within Australia, you must hold a substantive visa or a certain bridging visa. You must be nominated by an Australian state or territory after submitting an expression of interest. It may be that the states or certain states require you to lodge a separate state nomination application or the registration of interest, whatever it may be called, for you to be invited for this EOI. You must meet skill assessment requirements for your nominated occupation. You need to be under 45. The Subclass 190 is a point-tested visa. So you must score a minimum of 65 points from the different categories that it covers. Now, obviously, the higher the points, the better your chances of an invitation. You don't know which type of occupations the state or territory will be prioritizing. How many people are they looking to invite for that particular occupation? None of that data is really known. What we can help guide you with is how does the competition for your occupation look like, right? At an international level. Are you sitting in the top percentile to try and get that invitation? So factors like age, English proficiency, work experience, qualifications, all contribute towards your points. At the time of invitation, you must make sure you have at least competent English. If you have obviously a higher level, it gives you extra points as well. Your occupation must be on the eligible skilled occupation list for the Subclass 190, and you must meet the health and character requirements. You and your family members also need to settle any outstanding debts that you may have with the Australian government, and you must agree to respecting the Australian laws through the Australian Values Statement as part of the visa application. Now, let's simplify this. Let's break down the application process. What do you need to do? You need to get your skills assessment, you need to get your English test results, lodge your expression of interest, potentially lodge your state nomination application if your state requires it. As part of the state criteria, you need to make sure that you not only meet the Subclass 190 criteria, you also meet the state criteria that they've outlined. That might be having been graduated from that state, or having been living there for a certain amount of time, or having a job offer, or working in your field within that state. Now, this can vary from each state to state, so please make sure you meet that. Now, if you are invited, you will have 60 days to lodge your Subclass 190 visa application. Once you've lodged it, you will be granted a bridging visa in most cases. That will be a bridging visa A if you held a substantive visa. Once that's decided, the outcome of your decision is made, hopefully everything is consistent and went well, you will be granted the Subclass 190, and that will be valid indefinitely, but the travel facility, again, is for 5 years. If your application is refused, you'll be informed of the reason and whether you can request a review. In most cases, you will be able to request a review of your application and take that to the tribunal, which can be a lengthy and expensive process as well. The department may provide you with the opportunity to respond to information that they want, which is called a request for further information. And if they do request that, please make sure you respond within the required time frame. That might be 14 days to 28 days in most cases. That's a quick overview of the Subclass 190 skilled visa for the state invitation program. We hope this video helped clarify the process for you. Good luck with your application, and thanks for watching.